So welcome to my class. In the last class we talked about scope of statistics in general, and in this we are going to limit ourselves to economics. Scope of statistics for economics, or what is the importance of statistics in economics. So let's learn it up again as R research, R-E-L. So we're going to do RLPPP. Once again, research, law, performance, problem, and planning. So, we all know what it is, but when it comes to writing down points, say theoretically, it's always important to have something to weave out in your head. So, even if it's an acronym. So, let's just do it once again. It is RLPPP. So what is R? Research, law, performance, problem, and planning. So here we go. And as we're going to start with, so what did we say? How does it go? Yes, it is, of course, statistics is an indispensable tool for economic analysis, number one. So it is very helpful in research. Statistics provides basic raw material to research scholars. The effects of a particular variable on a particular problem under different conditions can be shown by the research scholar only by making use of statistical data and statistical methods. Okay, so for example, simply, even if you take the impacts of COVID-19 and how the government has tackle that problem, or what has been its impact on national output, employment, we can all know about it with the help of statistical data, which is being collected even as I speak right now. So that was research. Then we come to what is known as formulation of economic laws. Now, economic laws, so does it ring a bell? Yes, law of demand, law of supply, and then we also did the consumer price index. In that we talked about Engel's law of consumption. Rather, we will do that later on. Okay, so formulation of economic laws. So they are developed with the help of statistical tools, like the famous laws such as the law of demand, Engel's law of consumption, Malthus theory of population, they have been developed due to statistical analysis. And so many laws, I mean, they are countless. In fact, economics has so many laws based on so many assumptions that to understand all of those, you have to have a knowledge of statistics. So an economist makes use of statistical methods in the same manner, it seems, as a doctor uses stethoscope for diagnosis of a patient. So that is an interesting way of putting it. And so it is an established statistical relationship between different sets of statistical data offering conclusions of economic significance. So talking about the law of demand, we know the well-known inverse relationship between price of a commodity and its demand. It is an established statistical relationship. So it becomes a part of economic theory. You can understand whenever this must have been being made or essayed, how they would have found out by a questionnaire or going and asking people, how did they react to a higher price and all of that. So the second is what we said, laws. It helps in developing laws. Then we talked about the performance. It's like a report card of the economy of the country. So to understand the performance of the economy, like I'm sure right now today we've had the budget, and just a few days before the budget you have what is known as the economic survey, in which it's only a book which is full of statistics. It's like a report card of the country. So with which you can understand the performance of the economy. So it provides the basis for comparing the performance of an economy over the years too. For example, on the basis of data relating to income and per capita income over the years you can infer about the performance of the economy. So with this we can understand the contribution of the various sectors in the economy, say the primary, secondary, tertiary. So one can make intersectoral and intertemporal comparisons. So it's not just now what happens? Now intersectoral comparisons, we mean comparison across different sectors of the economy. Thus, analyzing the problem of unemployment, the economists would like to know the magnitude of unemployment across rural and urban sectors of the economy. And if they are talking about that, say if they want to know about, again, an intersectoral can be made about the unemployment in different towns of the country, or maybe even metropolitans. So, or they would like to know what percentage of rural population is unemployed compared to their urban population. Now, if you're talking about intertemporal comparison, it means understanding of change in the magnitude of the problem over time. Okay, so you can also define the growth or the change in different time periods. Like initially we've had this planning 5-year term, one would do it that way. So again we talked about performance. Now we're going to talk about problem. So statistics or statistical data and statistical methods play a very important role in understanding and solving economic problems such as poverty, unemployment, disparities in the distribution of income and wealth. So because all these problems, here we need the quantitative expression. You need these quantitative expression of the economic problems, say of unemployment, poverty, etc. So if you're talking about, okay, so we've already said more than that. Let's just go to the other one. So in short, let me just say, none of these problems can be really solved without really understanding how much or what is the magnitude of the problem and where does the problem lie the most. And then we have what is known as planning. And of course, it's the most important tool in economic planning. So economic planning means utilization of the country's resources into development activities in accordance with national priorities. And this also for better utilization of resources which are scarce. So, and to make it important to distribute where they are more important, to prioritize, to bring up growth in the backward areas. So that is what, when we are talking about planning. And of course, talking about all this, we can say that statistics in economics is so important that in fact Marshall had commented or stated that statistics are the straw out of which I, like every economist, have to make bricks. So it is so important for any policy or anything to study economics. Without statistics, it's really impossible. So you can study, you can get a question as to why statistics, how can you say that statistics is important for economics? And that is the reason that this has been included in your syllabus. And the name also is Statistics for Economics. So